you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real. Say we be who you are. Them haters gon' hate and it's all regardless. Positive or negative, enemy or friend or foe or relative. So say what you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real. Say what you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real. Say we be who you are. Them haters gon' hate and it's all regardless. Positive or negative, enemy or friend or foe or relative. So say what you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real. Say what you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real. Say we be who you are. Them haters gon' hate and it's all regardless. Positive or negative, enemy or friend or foe or relative. So say what you want, do what you feel. Long as it's 100 that you're doing it real.
Welcome, family, to episode 13 of the Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show, where we get straight to the point. I'm Chuck, a.k.a. Big Will, with my brother from another AG, a.k.a. Mr. Ileana Jones. Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show is sponsored by Mill Hub Media, Profound Entertainment, where they have a selection of new artists and gamers such as Reese Bones, whose new album, The Gemini, is streaming everywhere right now, so definitely go check that out. Also, remember to check out the Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show over those internet airwaves. You will be able to check us out streaming live Thursdays, starting at 7 p.m. on the One United radio station, which you will all be able to stream at oneunitedradio.com. So make sure you all continue to tune in. You will also be able to check us out starting August 1st and every other Saturday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the number one base internet radio station out of Houston, Texas, which is 92 KELZ radio station, which can be streamed live at 92KELZ, 92KELZ.com. So continue to support the Big Money No Problems ENT family and be on the lookout for more moves to be made to further this platform and continue to give our listeners what they want to hear. So stay tuned in for sure. Welcome again to the Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show, the Shaking My Head Moment Edition. That's hashtag SMH Moment Edition. AG, man, what's your early thoughts, man, before we start to break down these topics that's causing us to shake our heads today?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this, man. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You know what I mean?
Sure.
My early thoughts is like this, man. Racism ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? As long as this is a multicultural world, you know what I mean? So, and I don't see just, every other culture except for one just dying off anytime soon. But my thought is that it's a shame that in today's times, the racist activity is still so blatant. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
That people are still comfortable enough to show disrespect and disregard for another culture, in an act of their own form of supremacy.
That's all facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Unfortunately, it ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Not even close. That's one thing we got to keep in mind right now.
Right, real deal.
Real. Already for today's straight to the point conversation, we got a few things going on in our news cycle that may not get the mainstream attention, but should be talked about, that myself and AG want to touch on, that's causing us to shake our heads, man. Just crazy out here. And to our family, once again, man, make sure, whether it's on Twitter, IG, as we're here on Facebook, man, we live right now, or any of the social media platforms, man, you use that hashtag SMH moment, shaking my head moment. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a discussion about it on the show. So keep us definitely up to date, man, because I told you we get news alerts all day over this dumb stuff going on. So it's just crazy. So now let's get straight to the point, AG, man. What's that first topic we talking about today?
Hey, this first one hit home, Chuck. With Little Mama Miracle Boy, outstanding young woman, just graduated from high school, from Chicago Public High Schools. Had a bright, still, I ain't gonna say had, still got a bright and promising future ahead of her. Has been a social activist throughout her high school years and whatnot. So, we had they had the protest down there by the Columbus statue at Grant Park.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the police were there doing what they do. pretending to police or whatnot, you know. So we gonna say pretending to do their job as whatever their job description is now, because I'm confused on what their job description is now. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But, so you know, riots broke out, and they said, you know, what they said was the vigilantes dressed in black started the violent actions. And unfortunately for Miracle Boy, she was actually just getting ready to go home and get something to eat because she was done with as far as her protesting part, she was done. But she noticed the activity, went over there to record it, and ended up getting her fronts knocked out.
Crazy.
You know, by the police.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? What's she, like 18 or something like that? You know what I mean? 18-year-old girl.
That's what I'm saying. When I seen the video too, I mean, he really swung that baton though. You know what I'm saying? Man. Over the footage. I'm like, are you serious right now?
He swung the baton and punched her. You know what I mean? Yeah, that picture I seen with her teeth missing and her mouth bloody. I'm like, man, dude, come on, this shit is ridiculous, bro.
That shit was crazy, dog. But that's the issue we having right here. We still having these protests out here, which is still going on. So I hope a lot of people are paying attention. And these are the reasons why motherfuckers are still protesting. For that reason right there. It's like, damn, dog, I can't even film what's going on. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not doing anything as crazy for you to have to swing your baton at my face.
Come on, man. The fact that I'm just merely holding up my phone, bro, it constitutes no crime. You know what I mean? Especially not any violent, you know what I mean? Not a violent act against me. You know what I mean? I'm just displaying what's going on in my surroundings. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At the same notion, though, you know, that term vigilantes. You know, who are the vigilantes?
Trying to figure that out, man. It's kind of confusing out there with what's going on, man. And then
it's a certain, you know what I mean, group up in the air. I ain't gonna mention it, but you know, that are out during the protest too, that are, you know what I mean, conducting themselves at a high negative energy. From my understanding, the way it went down, there was some people marching with umbrellas, spreading the umbrella so that the police couldn't see. And these vigilantes, they kind of changed clothes, gotten all black with masks or whatnot. They still haven't released the culture that, you know what I mean, or the nationality of these people who did this. But all I'm gonna say is, I'm pretty damn sure ain't none of us had no PVC pipe poking the police. You know what I mean? Unless you an electrician, a plumber or something. You ain't really got no PVC pipe on deck, and you ain't just really running the Lowe's and Home Depot buying, you know what I mean, PVC pipe and turning them into makeshift weapons. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts, man. And what's crazy is too, she said when she posted the video pretty much of her assault, you know what I'm saying, she was getting comments saying that she was being aggressive because she was shouting at the police. But she said that never once did she swing at a police officer or throw anything at a police officer. I just seen a lot of pullover videos on YouTube, and we can bring those up where white folks is getting just as animated with cops, and I don't see no batons being swung at their face. So why is that even?
You have no fucking right to see my ID. Why are you asking for my ID?
Exactly. But at the same time, when we do what we do, it's a baton to the face. I don't understand it, man. It's just different out here.
It is. I mean, we live in a society where they treat us, you know what I mean, as we're animalistic.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like we less than human. You feel what I'm saying? My veins bleed the same blood. I just have a, you know what I mean, a higher tone of melanin than you do.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? My brain functions the same way yours does. You know what I mean? My body operates the same way yours does. You know what I mean? I am not inferior to you.
At all. And that's the crazy thing, man. So for an 18-year-old man out here, you know what I'm saying? Granted, she got her teeth fixed because I just seen some updated photos and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like, I still don't understand that. After everything that we protesting about and for, that's what we still dealing with. I don't understand it, man. I'm still lost right now. It's crazy.
I'm kind of lost, period, man. Like it's kind of getting to the point of, you know, all right, what's the point of protest?
Dog. That's a whole different conversation within itself. You already know,
real deal. What's the point, man? You know what I mean?
We're gonna have that conversation too, but it's just crazy. But as you can see, man, that's number one on our platform right now for shaking my head, man. We both got to just shake our heads for that situation. So here, this next one right here, AG. Now you know they got the they got the Karens, which is these white women out here who just do ignorant shit. So now they call the white dudes who do ignorant shit the Kens.
Ken, yeah. So we got Ken and Karen.
It's,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So basically, how they talked about it. Hey, y'all, this happened. The first one happened in Chicago. This one right here happened in Palm Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of racism going on in Florida, man. Because this is the second time since we done our show where we done had a Florida incident. So it's a lot going on in Florida. But it says a dude from Palm Beach reportedly called the cops on a Haitian woman for riding her bike on a bike path in a gated community. All right, that's the premise. You know what I'm saying? But according to the video and the lady named Roz Joseph, that's her name, Ms. Roz Joseph, she was told by the white man, this is the fucking United States of America, and he demanded while she was in his gated community. Like, this motherfucker said his gated community.
He's the owner.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
He laid down every brick in that thing. You know what I mean? He put up the gates. You know what I mean? It's
That's
his.
Crazy.
It's his. Hey, the sense of entitlement, though, bro. The sense of entitlement is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So he basically insinuated that the woman was a criminal because she was black riding a bike. Now, what I say last week? I said we can't jog while being black. We can't walk while being black. We can't even live in a house being black. So now we can't even ride bikes being black. Like, this is crazy. Like, what can we do in this country, being an African American, to where we can't just not get messed with? Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's just confusing to me.
Go to jail and die.
That's pretty much it. That's the only time that y'all really look at us.
Go to jail and die. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Or be in the streets and, you know what I mean, shooting each other. I mean, hey, then they can say, all right, that's being black in America.
That's crazy.
That's what being black in America looks like. You know what I mean?
That's
so
exactly what
the audacity of you know what I mean, me being of a different color, a different nationality, you know what I mean, riding through the neighborhood. I'm shit in the middle of Corona, COVID-19, where they want us, hey, get out, exercise.
That's what I'm saying. Exercise. You know what I'm saying? RP Ahmaud Arbery, but that's what he was doing. That's what we exercise. He jogging. This lady right here, she just riding a bike. We exercise. We can't even exercise in our own community. So basically, the man, this the kid kind of, and if y'all haven't known by now, she actually lived in the community. So it wasn't like she wasn't. So it was her community as well that she was living in.
She wasn't trespassing
at all. You know what I'm saying?
She belonged. Damn it. She belonged.
That's crazy to me. And then it said right there, the man, after threatening to call the police, he actually did call the police. And then he told the authorities that the woman was riding her bike looking for open garages. Come on, man.
Hey, ain't that along the same thing Arbery was doing? He was looking for open shit.
That's what they say. I guess that's what they're saying. That's the lies. That's almost back to that story up in New York that happened in Central Park, where a white lady said, "I'm gonna call the police and tell them that you harassing me." Like, she telling the dude this, like, "I'm gonna tell them that you harassing me." I said, "This is crazy. Like, what is going on?" And I'm still trying to figure out, because within his story, ain't like the police didn't arrest this man for filing a false report. Ain't nobody say nothing or this, that, and the other. But that's crazy to me that actually is happening in communities that we live in. Like, we are still looked upon, like, and it almost makes you, it's almost like a double-edged sword with black people. It's almost like we got that mentality, like, damn, that they put it towards that you don't want to live in your own neighborhoods. So now when I move to these other neighborhoods, it's like, I can't live here either. You know what I'm saying? You want to make me fearful living here too.
It's that sense of entitlement, man. You know what I mean? That's just like when they were doing the riots up here in Chicago, when they got tired of them going downtown, they raised them bridges up.
Mm-hmm.
They raised them bridges up. Basically, hey, nah, y'all ain't gonna do this around here. Go back to y'all. They knew what was gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Go back to y'all. You know where you belong at. You know what I mean? Don't come down here. You're not welcome. They raised the bridges up on them.
That's crazy, dog. But that's why that's shaking my head, people, because even in communities that we live in, we work hard to put ourselves in positions to be in those, and I guess in those type of communities as they call them. You know what I'm saying? Them upscales and all this, that, and the other. But you still, at the end of the day, no matter the bread or money you make, man, they still look at you as a nigga in this society. And that's
It's
just
like
what
this,
it
bro.
is.
So you mean to tell me, you know what I mean? I need to be scared about working hard. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Practicing my due diligence. You know what I mean?
But you just,
Building my credit up to the point where I can get myself and my family into a better situation, a more comfortable neighborhood, a more comfortable and positive way of living. And then that's what I gotta, that's what I gotta face. I gotta face
come on, man.
this verbal bashing that you choose to give me.
For just riding a bike in my own neighborhood for exercise.
You
You know
feel
what
me?
I'm saying? And after she posted it, you know what I'm saying? She said she wrote a letter to the local homeowners association board and property management company. So make sure, man, whatever community that is in Palm Beach, Florida, where this incident happened at, stay on their necks, man. Stay on them people's heads about this local, the homeowners association board and the property manager. Because she said she hasn't heard nothing back from them. But that's crazy.
It may not mean nothing, or it may, it may, that could very well be, something that makes them change they outlook. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It makes them change the operations of that housing association or that housing community. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna write a letter tomorrow. I'm gonna find one and just express my disgust.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Because I guarantee you, hey, if her garage door, her front door, or something was a different color than was, okayed by the housing association, it'd be on her head.
Dog, that's crazy.
If she was playing some loud music or something, had a little barbecue and all, cousins and shit showed up, they'd be on her head. We don't welcome this, So you very well should not welcome this negative treatment in your community by one community member towards another.
Facts. Shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. What's that next one, man? That's the second shit in my head moment. Shit crazy. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Now this one, man, I seen the video. I seen the video, man, and again, I'm gonna keep on using that word entitlement, man, because I certain people of certain demographics, man. I mean, they just really think they can say, do, act however the fuck they want to act, bro.
Just call it what it is. White folks. That's how they feel in this world right now. White folks.
This happened down there in Stafford, Virginia.
Stafford, Virginia.
In
DMV. DMV.
Yep. That's out in your area, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so buddy, you know what I mean? Caucasian male, at the Verizon store. I guess from my understanding is he pulled up, he was already in his, in go mode. He was already in his feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So the store attendee, he the salesperson, African American. So he's sitting there at the door. So buddy, he comes in, he damn near bumping into him and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He come in the store, he's tossing the store around, throwing phones and all that. They tell him that basically they can't service him, you know what I mean? And he tell me he got something else for him out there in the car. He goes outside, they lock him out. So this fool, he's standing there in the door, you know what I mean? What they say, hawking up loogies on the door, spitting on the door, shouting out the N-word. You know what I mean? Nigga this, nigga that. Are you for real, bro?
Dog.
Are you for real? And I'm going to say again, that's my favorite saying. Hey, it probably couldn't have been me.
Nah, not working time.
It couldn't have been. I'm not locking you out, buddy. I'm going to open the door and let you come right on in. Come on in and say it.
And that's
say it with your chest. Then I'm going to call him. Say it with your chest, little nigga. Now, come on. run, hey, pull it.
And the dude, what's the dude name? What's his name? Robert Colonna. That's the old dude name.
Colonna. He sound half-ass retarded.
And it was crazy, man, because the staff who, you know what I'm saying, he posted a video of what was going on. I mean, he had a reason to lock the door, man. When somebody say some stuff like that, man, it pushes you into a mindset the way you
He did the right thing, man.
He did everything you're supposed to do right.
Family, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I just, I'm confrontational sometimes. So, don't listen to me. I'm just
exactly.
He did the right thing.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah,
as an employee to protect the store, he did what he was supposed to do. But
and to protect his job, his livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Because if he'd have let himself get involved with that dude, you know what I mean? I guarantee you, he'd have been terminated. You know what I mean? So he did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to him. You know what I mean?
He did exactly what he was supposed to do, man. But it's like you said, it's the entitlement. Why do you feel like that? It be stuff like that that show you, man, what's in half these people's hearts. Like it's just the reality. Like this dude felt like because I was mad, and he showed it. I was pissed off over a cell phone, so I'm calling everybody nigga.
Right.
I'm spitting on the door. I'm just doing all the most ignorant stuff you can do. Just
about a cell phone. And I'm just curious to know what it was. I mean, damn, was your calls dropping, buddy? You know what I mean? From the look of him, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he might not have been able to afford his phone bill. Did they shut your shit off, man? You know what I'm saying? Either way it go, it wasn't that sales clerk fault. You know what I mean? So ain't no way in hell you should have been coming there taking it out on them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Now if you'd have walked in there being an upstanding, you know what I mean, upstanding customer, a polite individual, and you know what I mean, you was getting shitty service, then hey, you'd have been acting a damn fool. Fuck it. The fucking blacks. Man. That's why they shouldn't even be in fucking, you know what I mean, in this position any goddamn way, buddy. I'm just fucking tired of this shit.
Exactly. And then when you look at this, go ahead.
But I mean, my man is being, you know what I mean, sensible and doing and acting very much so according.
That's it. You know what? And as we get deep into the story, you know what I'm saying? The employee called the police as he should have. Mm-hmm. Explained exactly what was going on and letting it be known, like, hey, he pulled up. The dude was already upset. He making a hard stop in front of the store. Apparently he assaulted the employee while he was holding the door for another individual. And at the same time, when the police showed up, they only charged the man with disorderly conduct. Right?
Where's the assault charge, man?
That's what I was saying. Just disorderly conduct. I mean, this man out here.
Charge? He touched him.
That's what I'm saying.
He touched him.
That's it.
Where's the assault charge at, man? Hey, he should be down at that local precinct, man. Hey, I want to file some type of grievance.
Some type of something.
Disorderly conduct. Hey, man, you almost put me in jeopardy of losing my job, bro.
Come on, man. And we already know. Come on, family. You already know. If that was one of us, what type of reaction or what would have happened in a situation like that? Especially if it was a white employee dealing with that could have been an old black man, and they still would have did him dirty.
First and foremost, bro, if it was one of us, wouldn't nobody even had to call the police? They'd have just probably mysteriously just popped up out the blue somewhere. Hey, sir, we got a problem here.
Exactly.
You know, ain't nobody even made the call. They just popped up. Oh shit, out of 10, 12 something in their head. You know what I mean? Oh, it's it's a black disturbance over there. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull up. You know what I'm saying? But just a disorderly conduct charge, man.
Come on, man. That's just weird to me right there, man. So as you can see,
no destruction of property. You know what I'm saying? He throwing cell phones.
He's spitting on the doors and
come on, man. If it had been me, I'd have got a destruction of property, assault. They'd have probably tried to put a battery on me. You know what I mean? And the disorderly conduct.
And that almost got to be assault. Even spitting on the motherfucker when you talk about what's going on with the coronavirus out here.
Man, for real. Come on, man. Them is bloodborne pathogens or something. Hey, man. Again, I'm gonna say. He handled it better than I did.
Yeah.
Or I would have. Yeah. At the most. Hey, man, that spit thing, man, that's one of the most ultimate forms of disrespect, man, real deal.
Yep.
Come on, man. I don't even care if it didn't touch me. You just spit at me?
Facts.
Bro, that mean I ain't worth no more than the shit on the bottom of your shoe.
Facts.
That's what you feel about me.
Terrible, man.
But, you know what I mean? Again, we live in this, again, like I said earlier, man, racism ain't going nowhere, but it's amazing to me the entitlement, the way that it's still blatantly displayed out here. Mm. You see what I'm saying? That you can even feel comfortable enough, you know what I mean?
To even do something like that.
Right.
It's just weird to me, man.
But like Pac said it best. Pac said it best, living black in this white man's world.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta understand that this ain't our, this ain't our habitat.
We only make up 13%.
Right.
That's it.
We ain't buy this motherfucker. We just leasing it. We renting it. You know what I mean?
All day, every day. All right, man. Got one more for y'all, man, that we want to talk about before we get into another discussion that we feel like that needs to be talked about. This right here happened in another kind of similar to the story of what happened in Florida. You got a lady, Miss Jennifer McLegan, who lives in Valley Stream, New York, has been in her home for nearly 3 years. 3 years. And been receiving threats from her white neighbors ever since. So as you were saying,
again,
we work hard, do what we gotta do to get where we need to be, and this is what we deal with. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what was going on? Miss Jennifer McLegan, who is a registered nurse, so she's one of the people out there trying to prevent what's going on right now with this coronavirus.
Oh, she a COVID-19 hero.
There you go. And this is what she's dealing with. This is what she's dealing with. Her neighbors, an 82-year-old Michael McCain. I don't even get a damn about mispronouncing his name.
Right.
Whatever his name, McCain, whatever his name is. And his son, who is 57, and the girlfriend apparently have been harassing her since she's moved into the house. They have thrown feces over a fence into her yard, left dead animals on her property, spit on her yard, and used a blowtorch on her home, and told her, "Hey, we want you to go back where she came from." Motherfucker, are you serious?
First of all, hey, where the fuck you think I came from, bro?
Exactly. Like, are you serious?
You know what I mean? Where I come from? What you want to tell me to go back to Africa?
That's crazy to me, dog. Like, for her to experience something like that in your own home, man, like that's supposed to be
live, man. To live there 3 years, you know what I mean, with constant, you know what I mean, treacherous torment by your neighbor.
By your neighbor.
Hey, man, I don't know what the hell I would have did, man. I come outside, man, you just throwing dead animals and shit on my yard.
Come on, man. That's crazy to me.
Man, what the hell? You know what I mean?
And as the story get a little bit deeper, family, Miss McLegan, she was fined by the city for having feces in her yard. So she ended up getting fined for something her neighbor was throwing feces and stuff into her yard, and they didn't. But so obviously, when it said she had to purchase a camera system, so obviously when she went to the people to try to deal with the issues of the fines, they didn't believe it. What do you mean? Like, I'm gonna sit here personally, throw shit on my my doors. I'm gonna throw shit on my garage. I'm gonna throw shit on everything just cause. Come on, man.
So basically, they just two-pieced her. You know what I mean? So, because ain't no way in hell, you know what I mean, you just don't get a fine for having feces in your yard. You know what I mean? Ain't no inspector just driving by searching for dog shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so y'all done threw the feces over into the yard. Then you call and report it. You know what I mean? In order to get her fined. Not only are you blatantly disrespecting this woman, now you're going to make her pay for your torment. Now she got to pay monies for you tormenting her.
God. Crazy.
In order for her to live comfortably, man, come on, bro.
Crazy.
Come on, bro.
And if it wasn't for her putting the camera system in it, you know what I'm saying? It was a $5,000 judgment against the people in her favor. You know what I'm saying? To kind of help with that. But what's crazy is when I see this as well, it says the Nassau Police Department said officers have responded to over 45 complaints regarding herself and her neighbors. So when you doing the right thing, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm reaching out to the police. These people are harassing me, this, that, and the other. 45 complaints, but I'm still getting harassed. There's nothing else being done to protect me from this situation.
And I'm
not even the police itself.
I'm sure when the police arrive that they getting both sides of the story, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, it ain't you know what I mean, it ain't rocket science, people. You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm pretty sure they can judge. All right, man. Yeah, they fucking with her.
Facts.
So ain't no, you know what I mean? No type of investigation launched. You know what I mean? Ain't no nothing. You just gonna let this single woman, live in this house alone, and they didn't use a blowtorch on her house, bro. I mean, like,
come on, man.
That's like damn near. That's a man. Hey, man, that's attempted murder as far as I'm concerned.
That's destruction of property.
Destruction of property.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? Conspiracy to arson.
Come on, man. And
you know what I mean? It's a long list of crimes that if it would have been me myself committing, my rap sheet would have, you know what I mean, ran long. It would have been about 2 pages.
I'm locked up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hey, I'd have been a threat to myself and the others, all type. But no, ain't nothing.
45 complaints. 45 complaints that she done filed on her neighbors, dog, in the 3 years that she been getting harassed.
And what the father, the son, what, 57, the father, 85. Man, if you don't go sit your old ass down somewhere,
ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses at that point. They old as shit. Like, they understand in this world what's wrong and what's right. And for them to actually sit here and harass her for just living in the neighborhood. She's just living in the neighborhood. I'm just living here. What am I doing to you? I don't even got to speak to you. I'm just living in my neighborhood.
You really got to think about it, bro. With everything that's going on in this world right now, you know what I mean, with such, you know what I mean, quote unquote scrutiny due to the anti-black racism, you know what I mean, going on right now. That's a true, you know what I mean, that's a true form of malice in your heart.
Right.
For you to still, you know what I mean, openly do this shit with all of this shit going on right now. That's a true form of malice in your heart. I mean, you know what I mean? You have the demon in your soul.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Your hatred and disdain for us is that deep that, you know what I mean, you don't even feel like you risking anything by, you know what I'm saying, acting on these demonic, you know what I'm saying, feelings that you have.
At all. And this happened in Valley Stream, New York, people. Valley Stream, New York. Also, just to kind of get more deep into the story, because it don't stop there, there was a brother by the name of Anthony Hearn Jr. He's from Queens. So he reached out to Miss McLegan to see if he could help her. And during the conversation, she told him, you know what I'm saying, he could pray for her, but he decided that wasn't enough. So he did what a legal gun owner, and he did what you're supposed to do when you're trying to protect your own, is, you know what, I'm going to sit here in front of your house with my weapon to make sure that this man don't come over here and keep messing with you. And as he proceeded to do that, other men, gun owners, legal, pretty much put themselves in the same position to help her as well. He said, man, I had nothing but time on my hands to help Miss McLegan to be safe, just to live in her own home, just to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take a time out to give a round of applause to, you know what I mean, to our, you know what I mean, upstanding, chivalrous, you know what I mean, chivalrous black, because there are a lot of us out there, you know what I mean? Hey, and that was, he did his due diligence, you know what I mean? That's extremely honorable.
Exactly.
You almost can't even get no more. You don't even know this, you know what I mean? But he's seen the distress. He's seen her distress, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And came to save, you know what I mean? Came to be a part. What she say? He ain't even want no, she offered him water. He ain't even want no water from her. He just wanted to sit outside and make sure that she was not tormented by these evil people near her.
Exactly. Shout out to Anthony Hearn Jr., man. Out there in Queens, New York, man, because real talk, man, that right there is a situation that kind of shows you that's what we're supposed to be doing within our community, protecting each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what that shows right there. That's what we should be doing. And I'm gonna say it right here. Black folks in this time frame that we living in right now, with the blatant racism, the blatant disrespect that we continuously get because of this administration that's in this White House right now, which is giving cover for a lot of these people to act the way they act. I'm telling you right now, this is the time. Get your licenses, people. Get yourself armed. Get yourself protected. You know what I'm saying?
Protect yourself and protect your family. And do it responsibly, man. Do it responsibly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, just because you can own pistols all day, but hey, man, do it responsibly.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So
get your credentials.
Exactly. So as you can see, man, that's another shaking my head moment, man. So that kind of segues into just another conversation me and AG wanted to have, man. I talked to him last night about it, and it kind of talks about with this act of kindness right here from Mr. Anthony Hearn Jr. about protecting your own. But we would be remiss to not talk about, man, because AG is living there. He know what's going on, but we would be remiss to not even talk about what's going on in Chicago right now, man. It's a lot of killing going on in that city. To me, but I'm not there, so I'm from the outside looking in, but AG is from the inside looking out. For me to see it's a lot of just senseless violence. Like that's just I don't understand it, man. AG, I mean, talk to the people.
Right,
Let me know what's you there. So you there.
You'd have to be.
No.
You'd have to. You know what I mean? You'd have to be a crazy person to understand crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely. You know what I mean? It's absolutely. You know what I mean? Damn near breathtaking at times. You know what I mean? Real deal. When I woke up yesterday and seen the clip about, you know what I mean, Buddy and them pulling up at the funeral home, and I'm talking about they unloaded. You know what I mean? I think they said 10 women shot, 5 men shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you know,
it was crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? And it's just all over the South.
But that's just like you said. That happened after you sent me the story because you sent me the email. I mean, the text message of the story with the 3-year-old who got shot in the head.
Well, shit, hell, you know what I mean? That happened. That actually happened like later on that night. You know what I mean? So them, they, you know what I mean? That popped off at the funeral home. Then later on that night, the 3-year-old girl riding in the car with her family, you know what I mean? Got popped by a random bullet. It's just, it's astounding to me, man. It's like, you know what I mean? It damn near brings tears to my eyes sometimes, man. When I think about the number of kids, innocent kids, being killed from random bullets, man. You know what I mean? That's what. That's the thing. You know what I mean? I'm kind of antagonistic, or you know what I mean? I'd be attacking the black, you know what I mean, the black people. But I mean, at a certain point in time, damn, man, you know, we try to get people to, you know what I mean, to respect us and look at us in a different light. How can you expect anybody to look at you in a different light when this type of shit is occurring?
And the crazy thing is, it's occurring regular. Like I said, we don't want to hop on. I'm not here to hop on because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm from DC. So I understand what growing up and seeing violence, growing up in Southeast DC, seeing violence, seeing everything on a regular basis. And I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like in the news cycle right now, Chicago is like the hot box right now.
Hey, Chicago is the hot box, but Chicago has always been a hot box though. So you know what I mean? Chicago has always been known for, you know what I mean, especially, you know, like we was talking about since the Al Capone era, you know what I mean, with the Valentine's Day massacre. You know what I mean? So Chicago has always, you know what I mean, not just black, but Chicago has always been a gangster ass city.
Yeah, the violence has been the violence.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't, on one hand, it's like, damn, you can't fault motherfuckers, but you can fault them. You know what I mean? Because damn, yeah, it's something that you was brought into. You know what I mean?
And it's just sad
when the mafias died off. You know what I mean? Then the gang started. You know what I mean?
Started coming crazy.
Picking up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But still, at the rate that it is now.
Oh man!
Because I always say that, you know what I mean, violence has always been in the hood. You know what I mean? Hell, when we was growing up, you know what I mean, the drive-by shootings and all of that.
Yeah,
there was a lot of us getting killed back then. You know what I mean? It's just we didn't have social media to kind of connect the dots.
And it wasn't right back then.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at what's going on today, especially in your city, when you look at what's going on today, man, it's just sad to see. Because like I was saying earlier, as a race, we only make up 13% of this country as a whole. We only make up 13%. So when we out here, that's why we say this. When we out here killing each other, that's hitting us harder because it's taken away from that 13. We already a small percentage of this country. So now you just taking more future future leaders, future politicians, future athletes, future whatever. You know what I'm saying? From a successful standpoint, and they dying off. You know what I'm saying? And
it's weird, man. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, you know what I mean? Y'all check out the barbershop edition. You know what I mean? Marbury had asked me. He was like, "Damn, fam, you know, we ain't speaking negative, but you know what I mean? How is cats getting money out here in y'all city with all of that going on? But Chicago is a different beast, bro. You know, in most hoods, you know what I mean? Most hoods, a shooting happened or something like that. You know, the block is hot. You're gonna lay low for a few days. Hey, as soon as you clear the tape up,
crazy.
They right back. You know what I mean? It's like ain't nothing happening. And it's, you know what I mean? It's really, you know what I'm saying? It's really unfortunate. I'm going to say it's really unfortunate that we have gotten so used to being this way. We are comfortable with it.
And that's the problem. And that's exactly what you just said right there.
And we don't have enough community leaders stepping up. You know what I mean? Where are the community leaders at?
What did I say to you last night? Because I said that lifestyle shouldn't be the norm. Like growing up, the way we grew up, and this was back in the late 80s for myself, early 90s, growing up in the city, it's like, man, you think about it like, how is this normal for me to hear gunshots every night? How is this normal for me to see people get robbed, killers, and everything?
Come on, man.
That shouldn't be a norm in neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? So,
hey, bro,
like
it's like this.
But what I asked you last night, I said, damn. And like you just said, you mean to tell me there's no community leaders in your city that can break through?
Come on,
like
man.
Nobody is breaking through to end this senseless violence that's going on in Chicago right now. You get what I'm saying? And the problem is, it's random things. It's just random. It seems like you got people dying in Chicago off of mistakes. Like people ain't out here. Because these fools are shooting, they shooting from down the block. And it's not even, you know what I mean? It's not even like they warn with, you know what I mean, other neighborhoods or whatever, and folks pulling up. Hey, man, they all in the same, man, they shooting from down the street. That's why these stray bullets going up in houses, you know what I mean? Because, hey, you got enough gumption about you. You got enough balls to, you know what I mean, pull a weapon out, but you ain't even got enough balls to run up on the person that you intending to shoot. Not that I'm advocating that any type of violence, because I'm not. But at the same point in time, damn, look at all the collateral damage that you causing being a scared ass thug. That's showing you. That's what I say. That shows you like, oh, you really didn't want to do that.
Come on, man. You was fearful. You was fearful of your life. That's why you was shooting from so far away. You was fearful of your life. That's why you couldn't aim that pistol correctly. And you know what I mean? A little girl got shot. A little boy got shot because you was scared. You know what I mean? I used to talk about they ain't scared. Don't get me ranting on that, man. But you know what I mean? It's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate. You know, when we came up, man, you know, hey, when we heard gunshots, you know what I mean? Even though we was in the hood, we heard the gunshots, you know what I mean? It was down there, hey, get away from the windows, you know what I mean? Get down on the floor.
Get down.
Hey, you hear them now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, you be sitting on the couch watching TV. It's like, oh, there these niggas go again.
Exactly.
It ain't even it's no panic, no nothing. You know what I mean? So that just, you know what I mean, shows you where we going. With no, you know what I mean, with no future for it. You know what I mean? Our communities are in turmoil, bro. And it ain't just here. I shout out to my to the wine click, my homeboy James. You know what I mean? Slim with the tilted brim. We was going back and forth about, you know what I mean, how it's going on in Memphis. Same shit. You know what I mean? Memphis just ain't as televised as Chicago is. But the same exact thing is going on. Same exact thing is going on in Indianapolis.
The neighborhood, same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
When I was just riding through, you know what I'm saying? When I was just home, I'm back in Texas now, but I was back home in the city, man, in DC, man, just riding through there. Feds still out, cops still where they need to be. Everybody know. It's just that type of, that environment, man. We need to get away from that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we get to a point to where we got to start looking at, like, just, it shouldn't be in survival mode in our own communities. Like, we in survival mode. We already in survival mode in society as a whole. But now you add that extra layer of being in survival mode in your own community. That right there kind of makes it.
And don't get me wrong, man. Right? Hey, I appreciate, you know what I mean? I appreciate and respect the protests and all of that shit. But you know what I mean? At a certain point, man, you know, it's time to quit focusing the blame and start, you know what I mean, taking more accountability.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
We got
Like
it.
with the little funeral, with the little funeral incident where the 15 people was shot. The police was they were warned that was going to happen. They already knew that was going to happen.
Mm.
How many squad cars did they have being warned that this was actually going to happen? They had one squad car there.
Come on, man.
And he was shown on camera pulling off
When it started happening.
Exactly.
Come on, man, because you already know that shit sounded like when I listened to the story, when they talked about the story, that shit sounded like the war zone. One cop ain't going to deal with that, man.
Yeah, and you can't even blame him. Like I was talking to my guy, he was like, he has a police friend. He was like, man, hey, dude told him basically, he was like, man, when we get these calls, we gotta wait at least about, somewhere between 1 and 5 minutes before we even show up. It's like, we gotta let them go and get that out their system before we even show up.
But they supposed to be in our community to protect and serve, right?
Right. Hey, man, y'all the ones that's trained. You know what I mean? Now, it might sound fucked up, but hey, man, if the police pulled up in the middle of a shootout and they start, popping these with the guns, I wouldn't even be upset.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's supposed to happen. Well, I don't care if it's black, white, Latino, whatever. You know what I mean? You are supposed to neutralize the threat to the community. That's what your job is.
But if you can get there early to prevent it.
If you can. If they'd have had 5 to 10 cars, squad cars out there.
That probably wouldn't have happened.
Dead.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have happened. Dead
in the situation. Mm-hmm. None of them people would have had to feel. None of these ladies, you know what I mean? Men too, but damn, none of these ladies would have had to, suffer from gunshot wounds from, wild and unruly characters, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's again, unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate, man. I hate hearing that shit. I hate hearing that more than I hate the racist action of
people going to get
nationality. I hate that, you know what I mean?
It touches you a little bit more. Like I tell people, man, like me and AG talk about what we said before. Black Lives Matter, that mean a little bit more to us than just that hashtag BLM. You get what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's about taking care of your own. Yeah? And when you get to a point where you can start taking care of your own, doing what you need to be doing, man, that's what matters the most. But when we out here, a lot of people screaming this Black Lives Matter, and I get it. Y'all supporting the cause and doing what y'all need to be doing, but you really truly need to be about that shit.
If you're gonna say that matters, bro, then it needs to matter. You know what I mean? It don't need to be matter. It don't just need to matter when it's something done, against us. It needs to matter when it's something done within us. You know what I mean? If Black Lives Matter, we need to start loving ourselves and loving our community and working in our community. You see what I'm saying? We need to start working on healing our communities. You get what I'm saying?
Talking about. Black Lives Matter shouldn't be a cause when a white person do something to us. Black Lives Matter should be a cause even when our own do something to us.
Right.
We should be out there protesting that shootout. We should be out there protesting for that 3-year-old girl. Like, we should be out there protesting for things like that instead of out here protesting the oh damn, white person took a black man's life or a black woman or whoever life. And that, man, it's more to it and what's going on than that. If we protesting everything that's going on, then I'm telling you right now, you will start to see true change. But right now, because we only those moments, what happened, RIP to George Floyd, those moments don't happen as often when you come up from the neighborhoods that we come from, where you see black folks getting killed by their own every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about moments that happen, okay, yeah, every once in a while we get stories here and there, this, that, and the other. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. But at the same time, we can't minimize the fact that within our own neighborhoods, we still out here killing each other. Like, we can't minimize that. And that's the thought process.
If anything, man, that should be held to the highest regard. If anything, that should be held to the highest regard. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like your own personal self. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing in life if you're not, you know what I mean, if you don't focus on your self-help. You know what I mean? If you don't focus on your self-help and your self-healing, then you're doomed for destruction.
Right.
So we, we have to broaden that and make it kind of explicable as far as the community. You know what I mean? If we don't focus on our community, healing our community, you know what I mean, then we are doomed for destruction. I mean, like, hey, real deal, just like what's going on in Portland. You know what I mean? With the Fed, they got the feds in there. You know, they talking about bringing the feds here to Chicago or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lori and Pritzker, the mayor and the governor, talking about they're not going to let them operate like they do, like they are in Portland. But you know what I mean? Let's just say they can't control it.
They can't.
You know what I mean? We know what areas they're going to target. They're going to target our community. They're not going up on in the Gold Coast. They ain't going on the north side of Chicago. They're going to be right here, centralized with us. You know what I mean?
That's what people need to understand. The feds, and when they bring the feds in, they ain't coming up in there to play, man. Them dudes ain't coming up in there to talk and this, that, and them dudes is shooting first and asking questions later. They locking you up first and asking questions later. You know what I'm saying? But that's the result.
They're not taking you to the They're not taking you to the local county jail.
Hell nah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna take you to some unnamed, undisclosed place. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the results you get when you doing what you're doing in the communities, man. That's the results we get. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to kind of we got another platform that we're gonna have this conversation on to kind of get a little bit more in depth on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But we want to go ahead, man. AG, go ahead in this joint. We want to thank our family. We want to thank our listeners. We want to thank everybody, you know what I'm saying, who was live with us and all that good stuff, man. And
real deal.
Hey, man. Hey, we appreciate, man, all the content, man. AG, go ahead and give you how can they reach us, man?
Hey, first, I also want to say that, man, we appreciate the love, y'all. We appreciate the love. That's why that's why our platforms are growing. You know what I mean? We hit 92 Kels, One United Radio. You know what I mean? That's why our platforms are growing, because of the love and appreciation that we getting for the content that we are displaying. Mm-hmm. But you can find us again right here, shaking my head moment, right here, barbershop edition. 92 Kels as it relates to music. One United Radio, where we'll continue to start giving interviews with prominent Black people and prominent up and comings. You can find us BMNP Presents on YouTube, BMNP _ ENT on Instagram, Big Money No Problems Casting, Facebook, Big Money No Problems Casting on SoundCloud. We out here. We on every major platform, every major podcast platform. We ain't hard to find. At all,
man. Like I said, use that
this content. We out here.
That's what we do. And like I said, man, use that hashtag SMH moment, man. Continue to give us some of the news cycles, man. What y'all seeing what's going on here. That's kind of crazy that you feel needs to be touched on just a little bit more, because that's what we're gonna do, man. So let's make SMH go viral. Exactly.
The more we shake our heads at it, the more we might feel like doing something about it.
Exactly. So stay tuned in, man. We got a whole host of things coming towards your way, man. So just keep us in your thought processes as we continue to grow this podcast, man. So once again, man, we appreciate everybody who watches on Facebook Live. We appreciate everybody who paying attention to what we got going on and who's supporting, downloading, doing everything possible to keep this movement and to grow this movement, you know what I'm saying, to what it needs to be, man. So we salute y'all, man. We appreciate you. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay blessed. One love, man. Peace.